You know. Can you hear me now? Hi, guys. You guys, I am so excited because one of my favorite people said yes to hanging out with us. It was last minute as usual. I always do it last minute because I don't want anybody to get like nervous or like overthink things. And I just want to have fun and chill. And oh my gosh, I'm just so excited.
And we present you.
All right, well, I got to go.
Oh, wow.
Hi, buddy.
Howdy, howdy.
Hi. How was your day?
Today was hectic.
Really?
Yeah, it was just like, I don't know. I didn't get anything done. I don't mean like it was productive. It was supposed to be productive. And I did a lot of things that should have been productive and accomplished absolutely nothing.
It's funny that you say that because I feel exactly the same. I think I got a little bit done because I got all my packages done. And for the first time in a long time, I have 15 packages going out.
So no, that's too many.
That's a blessing. No, I know. But for me, it's like we need the money, so it's amazing to pack all that. Like I'm not gonna complain.
We have 6 packages to ship out.
Yeah.
And we did this weekend because I shipped Saturday morning, so it's from Saturday at about 11 until now. I think we did close to 1,000.
Oh, that's awesome. See, I'm not as good as you yet, so ours is like a little bit. But I'm excited. I'm happy that that's going out. Let's see who's here, and then we'll keep chatting. Look who's here. Chrissy's here. Christopher is here. Let's Do Lunch podcast ladies are here. What? Aw. Let's see. Yay. I know. I'm sorry. I forgot I muted it. I'm still learning how this works, okay? No way. One of my favorites too. Woohoo!
I'm getting paid by the hour, right?
You get paid by the minute.
Don't worry, we'll give you a couple of sales on this live. So that's what it seems what happens on the show.
Hi, Kristen. Yay! I'm so excited.
Right now, I'm importing listings from eBay to Flip right now. So let me get back to that so I can start cross listing.
But he was happy to see you, Scott. So he was like, "Oh, I'm gonna stop what I'm doing." But yeah, we had talked about it, and he's like, "All right, babe, I'm gonna be with you on the live, but I'm gonna be focusing on cross listing while you chat with everybody." So I was like, "Okay, that's fine with me."
How is my sound? Is it okay?
It's perfect. How's Melody?
She's good. She didn't know that I was in the live. She thought I was just gonna, be a spectator. So she was heading up the stairs until she realized I was in the live. And she was out. She went right back down the stairs. I shouldn't have told her.
Aww.
So did you see that my dress sold?
Yes. What?
Yeah. It. I think they paid. Hazel Hearts Vintage bought it. So so what I did is, I have y'all would be shocked at how much stuff I still have here. I have so much stuff. So we went out to the mill house and I pulled out just a random tub, and it has some super cool 1950s, 1960s stuff in it. So I'm going to load her box up and make sure that there's no way she wouldn't be happy with it.
Oh my gosh. What a blessing. That's just amazing. That's amazing. What you got to split the AdSense with Scott, eh, Coco? Hello.
At a minimum,
Huh? Chewy the cross-listing king. Oh my goodness. Wow. So how was this month? Are you happy with this month?
You are breaking up on me really bad.
No.
It's probably someone sending messages or something.
I heard no. You said something about this month.
Yeah, how was this month for you? Are you happy with like the business? Did you do anything fun personally? Like, how was June? How was the month of June for you guys?
I mean, fair to partly cloudy. We sell a lot of vintage stuff. We sell a lot of winter stuff. So we kind of expect it to slow down. June hasn't been any worse for us than May. Okay. Honestly, we haven't been listing a lot. We've been doing that Amazon influencer thing. And so I've been posting a lot of videos to that, trying to keep up with YouTube, lots of doctor's appointments for our parents and that's right. Yeah, just is what it is.
Yeah. This month was good. How was everybody's month? Are you guys happy with your sales? Any fun stuff you did? Because I know kiddos are off school. So how's everybody's month going? Ours was like really slow. Our sales, like we got sales, but
you had 15 that you got to ship today.
Well, today's like our best day the whole month. Like, yeah, that's it. Like, look, I've been kind of like, how do you say, keeping track. I've been keeping track and like.
Okay. I don't have anything like that.
I've never done that before. This is the first time that I've been doing this. I don't think I'll do it all the time, but it really helps me like motivate myself to like do stuff because I've been listing every day. And then this week I got a little lazy and I just did Soul Similar. That's all I did. So
and cross-listing helps.
And cross-listing, yeah.
Before we started YouTube, we did, $8,000 a month. But of course we're not trying to kill it. I didn't retire to work 60 hours a week. But YouTube takes up a lot of time. And I'm sure that everybody in the chat edits their films in 30 minutes, but it takes me a while. And the tutorials take me much longer than like if I go to a sale or something, the tutorials take a long time.
How long does it take you?
Oh gosh. So like if I shoot like the last one I did, listing your first item. So honestly, it doesn't take me long to record it. It probably takes me an hour to record it, but I will spend a full 2 to 3 days editing it.
Putting stuff in or whatever.
Yeah, because when you write out the lesson plans for something like that, I try to do them from the standpoint of somebody that doesn't know the language. And it's really hard because we know the language. And so it's really easy to throw something in there that somebody new may not know what a comp is. I mean, you got to explain what that means. Yeah. And so it just takes me a while and I'm slow and sometimes I stop in the middle and go fishing for a minute or, like.
That's fine. I love your educational. I love all your videos. So your educationals are so good. Even I'm still a newbie. I consider myself a newbie. It's only been a year and a half, right, babe? A year and a half?
Yeah.
So,
I don't know. After a year and a half, you're not a newbie.
Yes, I am. I have so much to learn. Like, I need to find, like, those good items that I can be, like, I wish I could only pack 6 items for $1,000. Like you, one day.
Well, and we didn't start there. We started, I was really concerned that, because this was Melody's gig as far as a business goes. I mean, this is just where I bought and sold woodworking stuff on eBay. And then she thought you could make money at it. And she signed up originally. That first store subscription we got was $15. And I thought, we don't make that much a month. Like, I'm going to end up in the poorhouse $15 at a time.
Yeah.
So it took us a long time. And our average sale price now is much higher. And my goal is to sell very, very little and buy a ton, give a ton away, and then still make more money than I know how to spend.
That would be yes, and yes. Let's look at the chat. Let's see what's going on. My month has been okay. Sales about every other day, which is better than May, of course. Hey, sales, it's all good. Lundy says about 2,000 between Marketplace and eBay. Okay. Wow. I've literally been on vacay mode the whole month. Oh, I love it, Kristen. I'm ready to get back to work. Yes. Oh, you're driving home tomorrow. All right. Lori's in the house. I closed my Poshmark. I just don't like the platform.
Oh, we just got a sale.
We just got a sale.
16.
It's a,
no, actually,
they just paid for it. That's all it is.
Okay.
That still counts.
That's number 16.
Blondie, I understand what you feel about Poshmark. I have a love-hate relationship. Chewy loves Poshmark. I'm in between. It depends on how I feel about it sometimes. Nicole! Yay! Hi, Nicole! Hey, everybody's here trying to catch up. Yes, Scott, the gun sack.
Hey, to my credit, like I saw it was in the bins and I saw a swatch of fabric like that big and I knew immediately what it was. So
You're so
maybe
good.
I am the gunny sacks king.
You're so good. I know, Nicole. I love that sound so much. So, speaking about like editing the video, like you say, the one when we go sourcing, that's the easiest one. But after I went with Chrissy sourcing on Thursday, we went to a thrift store and we went to one of those Amazon bins. It was like $1 day. We didn't really find that much, but that day was the last day for me to source because I was just gonna focus on listing what I have, and whatever money comes in is gonna go for bills, and then it's gonna go for FlipCon because I gotta pay for the hotel room and for like eating and whatever. So I was like, okay, I have to be creative on how to make videos, or how to make content for like probably 4 weeks. So today I recorded 2 hauls. So Goodwill, because I went to the Goodwill bin, so I did 2 video hauls. And so I don't know how that editing is gonna go, but then I have to like be creative and think about what am I gonna do for like the next 4 weeks. So
You were one sold video.
my sister is here. Hi, Pam.
So you just need something for content?
Yeah, I need something for content. So basically I did two videos today. I recorded like 30-minute each. So I have to edit that. So I don't know how long it's gonna be after I edit it. And yeah, I guess I can do a video of like what sold, or I don't know.
I'll tell you what, send me, do I have your address? Have I sent you t-shirts or anything?
I don't think you have my address. I'll send it to you.
You send me your address and I will send you a mystery box.
No.
And then you can do an unboxing.
Really?
Oh, you have no idea how much stuff I have. I would think if you counted the sweats that I probably have 5,000 or 6,000 pieces.
Oh my gosh.
Items. There's probably 4,000, 5,000 of just the vintage sweats.
Yeah.
But the other stuff, like I have stuff. The stuff that I'm sending Hazel Hearts Vintage, like the gunny sacks is not my favorite thing in there. Like it's not even close. Like
Really?
there's a piece in there that's like, she's probably not in the chat. Does she watch your channel?
I don't know.
I have a 1950s men's kimono that came from the Navy shop in Japan. And it's like slicker than butter on a bald monkey.
What?
Like it is so cool, but I just never listed it. Like it just never got to it.
Yeah. How much inventory unlisted you have?
No, I have 5,000 or 6,000 unlisted.
Oh Jesus! No, we're complaining about the little bit that we have.
We only have a little bit.
No. I have like just in this room alone, the stuff that isn't listed is insane. You can't see it, but like right over there, I have 4 wooden dashes out of pre-1930s Rolls-Royce cars that I didn't do anything with, so I just hung them up on the wall. Like,
and I bet they look pretty cool.
I mean, they do. And I have, well, a lot of times I'll buy in bulk, and then I give away a ton. I'll, like, if I buy $1,000 worth, like, I'm looking for just enough to like triple my money, but then the rest of it I give it away because I buy way more stuff than I can list. But we don't lose any money. Like,
yeah, that's good.
Sometimes I'll get something that's like really cool, and then I don't really know what it is, and so I might spend a year researching it before I list it because I want to make sure I know what it is.
Yeah.
So
I realized that when I started reselling in the beginning, I was buying more than listing. Like I was very slow at listing and like buying a lot, and that death pile, money pile was growing so fast,
yeah.
And I didn't even notice because I was like that addiction of like going and buying. That's, oh my gosh. And then I was just like, okay, you're on a budget, girlfriend. You just stop.
See, it's not lost on me that I'm in a little bit different position, because even though this is my primary income, I make more on eBay than I do on my retirement. I have a retirement. And if I needed to, I could just live on that. And so I can do things for fun, even though the goal is to make money, and I can give away a lot more because, my income has a floor, and I get it that's not everybody's situation. So I hate to talk too much about like how much I make and all, because I make more per item because I buy a bunch of stuff, and then I just keep the best of it and I send the rest of it to Coco and Chewy.
But don't feel bad, because that's gonna teach people and give like hope or excitement, or like, like, oh my God, this could be me in the future if I work my butt off. I can do this, and it'll be like, I always see the positive, so I hope that people see it as positive as well when you talk about the success that you're having, or anybody else that has success. I hope nobody feels jealous. I hope they feel like this is going to be me in the future. If I
want them to be jealous. No, because there's not anything, I've been really, really fortunate. So it's just not lost on me that I am. But if I were hoarding it all, that would be one thing, but I'm not. I would, if I won the lottery, I would be one of the people who ended up broke, but not on accident. I would just give it away. Like,
because you have a big heart. That's why. You have a big, big heart, my friend.
And big pockets, because that's why they call you the Cha-Ching King.
I asked Melody, when in Texas, when they first started the lottery, I said, well, what's the first thing you would do if you won the lottery? And she goes, the first thing? And I said, yeah. And she goes, I would divorce you. Because you're going to give it away.
She knows you so well. Coco, we cannot fuss about ours anymore if Scott is saying he has over 6,000 items.
I thought about just doing a video, like let me show you. You guys call it a death pile. I call it backstock. And when
I was already calling it money pile.
Yeah, no, it's backstock. And here's what backstock allows you to do, if you have a place to put it, is, so like right now I have so much stuff that I've already given away everything that wasn't worth $20. Yeah. And I don't buy anything unless I think it's worth $50, because I have tons of $30 to $50 stuff. And so it gives me the ability to cherry pick when I go out. And I don't know. I mean, I'm not against having a ton of stuff.
Yeah. I wouldn't be either, but since we're living with my parents right now, it's my mom's house. Like, I feel bad with all the mess that I have.
Just start selling your mom's stuff.
She's already doing that.
We got it, but she's like, I have so much crap, I don't know what to do with it. I was like, well, you can do what I'm doing, and she started doing it, and she started doing it. So it's really cool that she, instead of just donating it, she's making money out of it.
So what do you guys like to sell?
Here. Huh?
What do you guys like to sell?
Okay, babe, do you want to answer that?
You answer first, ladies first. I'll tell you what I do.
I love plush. Love plush so much. I love hats. I've been selling a lot of hats lately just because when I go to the bins, I get so many. Like on Thursday, I got like probably 20 hats around there.
You mean more. Hats or cats?
Hats. H-A-T-S.
They're tough to ship, but man, I'm glad to see them go.
Yeah. I love collectibles. I love vintage. Anything vintage is like my favorite thing. But mainly like all that stuff, like plush, hats, shoes. I don't mind shoes. Listing shoes.
I don't like shoes.
He loves clothes.
I like the clothes.
And electronics. We like electronics.
Yeah. Electronics, shoes, hats. If need be, God, what was I just had it in my head. Like it was
Hi, Rob.
It was like one of the very last things. Oh, like tools. Like if I find tools, like Craftsman and all that, and they're worth picking up, then I'll pick it up.
I do like tools.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just like sometimes they're too bulky and all that. Like, like when you get like a Sawzall and like that, I was like, oh man, how are you gonna ship this in?
You're talking to somebody who has a lumber mill. Tools don't get too big.
Tools. She found some vintage tools and sold some already.
I don't know why I grabbed those. Is that ice pickers? It's a vintage ice picker.
It was an ice.
Okay.
Ice pick. Ice picker.
Okay.
Ice pick. Yeah. And I got it for like $1, and I sold out one really, really fast. And then I bought another one at a state sale for $1, and that one hasn't sold us yet. So I don't know.
Tools are like anything else. When you learn a lot about them, you can make more money when you go out because you're better at spotting the ones that are worth money. Junk Monkey knows a lot about tools.
Oh yeah, he's awesome. Yeah, tools, and he knows about watches. He's so good.
Oh, sports stuff like gloves and all that. That's all really good at.
Oh, you like gloves?
Yeah, like the baseball gloves.
Yeah. We found one. We found a white one. What's the brand again? I forgot. Mizuno at an estate sale. I paid up for it, and I was nervous because it's hard for me to pay up for things. And I paid $15 for that one, and it sold. Yeah, and it sold for $70 or $80.
It sold for $80.
It sold for $80. So that was nice.
80 or 90 is one of those. But
on Facebook Market? No, on eBay.
Yeah, I knew it was going to sell, and it sold within a week.
Yeah. How did I get Scott in here? I begged him. I got on my knees and I said, "Por favor, mi amigo."
Also, I have no friends, and like, what are you doing? I was waiting for somebody to ask me what I'm doing.
No, I when I texted you, I didn't think you would say yes because it was last minute because I know you're Scott, Chichinking, you're busy.
I'm not. It's funny that you say that. Like I have stuff that I'm always busy, but it's like, I mean, I try to be where I'm supposed to be.
I love it. I just thank you so much for being here. Seriously, you're just it's awesome.
I'm happy to be here. Happy to be anywhere. I'm looking around my office trying to think. I was trying to think, do I have any cats in here that I could send you?
Cats or hats?
Cats. So like what kind of caps? Like baseball caps?
Yeah. I love caps. I love cowboy hats. I sold a really cool one that was a gator theme. Florida Gators. It was really cool. That's sold really fast.
It was all orange.
It was all orange and a little bit of the other color. What is it?
Blue.
Yeah. And anything that's like accessory with like a hat, like whatever, a beanie, or I love that. Plush. I love plush. I don't need more plush, but I love plush because I have a crap ton of plush.
A few years back, there was an old Western store near me that closed, and they marked down all their stuff to nothing. And but I went in there and I was looking to see, I don't think they're in this office, but I bought 4 different hat forms for cowboy hats. So like I can steam them and reshape super cool.
Okay, that's really cool.
It really is. And you can buy them. I think they're fairly expensive because they're just plastic. And I think they're like, $100 a piece or something. I got all 4 sets for $10.
What?
So like that's the kind of stuff I need to do.
That's so cool.
But I don't think it's in here though.
Paul is here. Hey Paul, thanks for being here, my friend. The one thing that I still haven't found, that when I go to the bins, I always tell Chrissy this, when I go to the bins, I always try to look for the cool people, because for some reason those always find the graphic t-shirts. And I'm like, can you
what
let
kind
me,
of graphic t-shirts?
Put in there, I don't know,
like vintage.
Yeah, vintage or anything cool. And I've always wanted to find those and sell them for good money. Like, that's my goal. And then I see all these cool people like having like stacks like this big in their cars. I'm like, how did you know I was there? I don't know. I'm gonna find one day. I want to go.
If you were just hunting t-shirts, so you quit looking for graphics. And what I do when I'm in that mode and I'm looking for the t-shirts, I'm going strictly by color. I am looking for a specific fade that will tell me that I've got the age in there. And so I find jeans the same way, and I find the t-shirts are going to have vintage jeans though they can be bank. Oh, yeah. Like I don't like modern jeans. I don't want anything to do with them. No,
I make him take the pictures for that. I don't like.
No, like I have found some jeans that I really, really like. The last pair of cool ones I found were 1970s. They weren't the Big E, but they were Levi's. And I would think that they probably had 50 different repairs on them, and they were bell bottoms where they had sewn patches, not patches like, actual patches where they were fixing a hole. The whole pants were covered with it.
Those are cool.
Yeah. I love that kind of stuff.
Yes, those are cool. I wouldn't mind listing those because those are cool. But like boring pants, man.
Boring pants. No more boring pants.
Yeah, I found so many good hats. Yay, Paul is here. Yeah, Rob says, I hate clothes. I have a pile that was supposed to be listed today. Maybe later tonight after I list shoes. That's how I feel. But now that I recorded those 2 videos today, now I have to list it because I like putting my own comps in the video. So that'll be a motivation.
But you like vintage clothes, okay?
Oh yeah. Oh my gosh. I probably a year ago or sometime last year, I went to an estate sale. I wish I would have grabbed the whole freaking trunk they had, and they were just getting rid of stuff, and I wasn't recording at this time. I wasn't making videos. Oh my god, it would have been such a great video. They had vintage pajamas, nightgowns, nursing outfits, like the ones that with the hat and everything. And of course, I didn't have that much money either. I had just enough. So it's
really hard to shoplift at estate sales too.
Yes. Yeah. And so I saw this beautiful, really vintage, I forgot the year, but it was a vintage nurse uniform. And I got it for $5. And I was afraid to pay $5, but I just thought it was so cool. I had to take it home. I did my research. I think I listed it for like $70 and it sold. No, I listed it. How much did it sell for? I think I listed for $100 and it sold for $80 or something like that. And I couldn't believe it. After I saw that it sold, I was like, why didn't you grab the rest of the whole freaking trunk? It was full of it was just so beautiful. And this vintage uniform had a stain on it. and it's still sold for that much.
That nurse outfit.
Do you remember?
Yeah.
He made fun of me. He's like, "Why did you grab that?" And I was like, "I don't know. It's just so cool." And then when it sold, he was like, "Babe, I cannot believe it's sold." Oh my gosh.
When it's been a few years ago, and I did post it on Instagram, but I was at the bins one time and they brought out a whole bin. The whole bin was the same thing, and it was like 1960s Candy Striper outfits, new old stock.
Oh my god.
And nobody wanted them. No, you know how the bins are. It's like all elbows and teeth there.
Yeah.
Like, everybody was like, when they saw I wanted them, they were like, just go ahead. All new old stock. And it was about that time, the show Sex in the City. I don't know the names of the actresses, but one of the actresses wore one of those Candy Striper outfits. Like, I don't know what for, but like, so those things brought like $125 a piece.
What?
For real? Like, I still have stuff here because, like, I really like vintage stuff. So I have, I probably have a Candy Striper dress here. I got a blue one.
You do?
Yeah. I'll send it to you. I'll put it in the mystery bag. But it doesn't have any, it's not a new old stock one. And it doesn't have any patches on it.
Yeah. Still, I'm gonna love it anyway, because first it's gonna come from you, and second it's vintage. Oh, is it vintage? Is it vintage?
I'll show you.
Oh my gosh. Chrissy, of course you're cool. You're my cool peep. Oh my god, babe, look at that. Oh my goodness. He's gonna send that to us.
What is that? Okay.
It's like a, oh my god.
Oh, it was Sarah Jessica Parker. I just remember because I saw the Parker on there.
That's what Chewy said.
This would have had a button that went through with a little tab behind it, and I don't have any of the buttons with it. And but I'll send that one to you. It's been hemmed up pretty high, so somebody could lower it.
Yeah.
But like things like this, I will grab, even though, like, for me, I would be waiting to get the hat and the buttons to match it.
Yeah. We grabbed
okay, so that's yours.
Hi, Melody. We grabbed at the bins. I think the first time I went to the bins, I think I was like overwhelmed or something, but I grabbed a really cool, it was vintage, and it was I think it was a kid's dress, and it was this how do you call the dress, babe? But it was like really, really creepy. It was creepy. It was perfect for like a movie, for like a scary movie, because it was like completely covered, and it was like it had the.
It was like a velvet purple one.
It was like a velvet purple, all floor length, but like straight. No floor.
It's like Wednesday Addams attire.
Kinda.
This was purple.
But it was. Oh my god, it was beautiful, and I was not listing it, and it was just passing, and the time was passing. I was like, oh my god, let's just list it already. And he took pictures, and it sold. And I was like, okay, see, I'm good at this. I just don't like clothes, but I'm good. But what I pick sells.
So. You know. The people that don't like clothes, and I didn't like clothes, because like when we started with clothes, I barely knew enough to get dressed by myself. But, you know, the more I learned, the downside for clothes, they're harder to list. Like you can list tools in a second. But on the positive side, clothes are really easy to ship.
Yeah,
they're really easy to ship.
Yes.
So Chrissy asked me, how many items have I sold to movie productions? And it's a lot. Like, it's surprising that
hi Lisa.
Yeah, like, and not just movies, but like who's the singer? Sam Smith? Is that a singer?
Yep.
Chewy knows.
They his production team, they bought some stuff from me one time too. And I watched like every video just to see if it was a striped shirt. Like I thought, I'm gonna see my shirt, which I didn't. So like now I don't like Sam Smith because
that's not his fault. That's his people's. That's his people's that happen.
But honestly, quite a bit. When you pick up unusual items, you end up with stuff that they can't get anywhere else.
Oh my god, I love picking unusual items. And you know what's funny? I don't know. Maybe you told me if this is okay or if it's weird, because I've heard people complain that, oh, you gotta grab whatever You think it's like sells a lot, whatever. And I try to grab things that have a high sell rate, yes. But when I have that feeling that you see something and you just have to have it, it's either weird, ugly, unique, one of a kind, and you have to have it, and the price is right, I have to pick it up. And sometimes I've noticed that even though the sell rate, either they haven't sold it or the sell rate is really, really low, and I list it and it sells for me, and that's why I stopped listening to other people, because I just do me.
Yeah. Here's the thing. Sell-through rate is really, really important. If you are buying something that there's 20 of them listed or 30 of them listed, or 30,000, then sell-through rate becomes really, really critical. But a lot of times I have the only one. So the sell-through rate is going to be really low because nobody had one to sell.
Yeah.
And you get better at it over time. And trust me, I have picked up some absolute lemons. I have picked up some stuff that I'm just like, what was I thinking? That that I may have till death do us part. But,
I have some down in the garage.
Yeah, and but I don't look at it like it's a bad thing to buy something that didn't work. I spent most of my adult life in college. Like, when my friends were going out, I went to night school. And when I finished that degree, I went on to the next one. And college cost a ton of money. Whereas I can go buy a vintage Candy Striper dress for $3. And if I find out that it wasn't what I thought it was, that's a $3 education. That's like nothing. That's way less expensive than college.
Yeah. That's exactly how I feel. And something that the homeschooling picker said as well. She said one time she grabbed an item. She said, I have no idea what this is. I just bought it because I had a feeling about it. If it sells really good, awesome, I learned something. And if it didn't sell, then awesome, I learned something, and I love that. And ever since she said that, and she said it a long time ago. And that always stayed with me as well, because I was just, as a newbie, you try to listen to everybody, because the ones that have the results and whatever, you want to have those results. But I'm starting to, I'm gonna do me, because I'm finding out what I'm doing is working as well. It's not just what they're saying. So,
I'm not very good at, I do fine at the bins, but I'm not really good at it because I'm just not aggressive enough. I'm not going to push anybody. I'm not going to grab anything out of anybody's hands. And when they do it to me, I start thinking things that make me not a good person. So it's, I'm best when I get invited to a lot of places for private picks. And that is by far
I love that.
My favorite.
That's so cool. I hope I get to a point in this business that happens to us as well, because I think that's just the coolest thing. Private picks. I think that's awesome.
So what is your favorite flip that you've ever had?
Oh my God, ever? My first one. I always say my first one, because I turned it in from $12 to $170.
Wow.
Yeah, that was my first flip. We got it at Salvation Army. It was a Google thermostat.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah. And I always say that was my favorite because that was my first. And after that, I was like, hooked. I was like, I think we can do this. So
that's awesome. That's a big flip.
Our best one, I don't know. Our best one, I think, was an 8-track, right, babe? That was like the $220. We sold an 8-track. It was heavy. And it's funny because the first time I shipped it out, the first person who bought it, it sold for like $180. They returned it because they said that either it didn't work or they didn't know what the heck to do, whatever. I accepted it. Yeah, I was like, whatever. Okay, fine. Chewy tested it again, and it worked perfectly.
Yeah.
So I listed it the same price that it was before, and the second time it sold for a full price. They received it. It worked perfectly for them, and they left a great review. I was like, what the heck? Whatever. So, I think that was our our best, I guess. We still haven't found like those like $500 or $1,000 items yet.
Actually, you have one listed for $449 here. Huh?
Well, I don't know if that's actually. I found a really cool sculpture horse that was made in Thailand. I haven't seen anything like that one, so I priced it really, really high. But I'm willing to, see what happens. I don't know. I wanted to vote for $1,000, but I think that was too much.
I think one of my favorite finds, I don't really tell anybody about it because I think it makes me a bad person as far as why it's one of my favorite finds. I had an issue with somebody at the bins one time, and this guy got in my face and wanted to fight me. And I'm like, really? What? Anyway, super ugly, like super ugly. He's one of the reasons we don't go to the bins much anymore.
Man,
and I'm Melody says he didn't, but I'm convinced he pushed Melody. And anyway, so a month or two later, I go to the bins and I find this M65, which is a Vietnam jacket. And I'm looking at it, and it's totally different. It's like a different pattern. Mm-hmm. And one of the people there was like, oh, no, so-and-so has already said he had it for a while, but it's fake. And he told everybody else it was fake and that it was a knockoff or something like that. So I bought it. And I got home. It took me a while to figure out what it was. It's what they call a Mitchell jacket. And it was never adopted by the Army at the time during Vietnam, but the Japanese made some as trials for the Vietnam. And supposedly there's none left, except the one that I picked up.
Hey!
And you can find pictures of the Mitchell jacket, and they're remaking them. This was an original M65 from Vietnam
that's really cool.
Somebody had said it was fake. So I put it on an auction, and it sold for $1,285. And I think on a different day, it could have sold for twice that or 3 times that because it's that rare. But it makes me feel like a bad person because like all I cared about is that he was wrong. and like
that makes us human though. It's okay. Every now and then it's okay. That's okay. But, if he was a butthole, it's okay.
No, it was worse than that. It was worse than that.
I'm
it was
sorry
like no, I mean it just if
I feel bad for people that act that way because it's no reason to.
It was really bad.
Yeah.
Like it was really bad. Like I've never experienced anything like it.
I'm sorry.
And my first principal's job was at a school. It was the Alternative Learning Center for the Emotionally Disturbed. And I've never had anybody do anything like that.
Wow.
But that said, that was a fun one because it took a lot of research too. And but it bothers me that my main joy came from
proving him wrong. I love that you told me that. Thank you. I don't think you're a bad person at all. I think you're just human.
Who else we got? Desert Sellers. Sue is in the chat.
Yes.
See how quickly I'm trying to change the subject. They're going to be like, he's not a good guy. Like,
nah, you are. Lori says, we definitely pay for education in this business, but I am also always learning from other resellers. And I love the free exchange of information. Exactly. That's why I love first of all, I love coming here on Sundays and be live with everybody. And I love when I have guests because we learn from each other. Like, it's not like an interview, like, okay, what's the next question? Like, there's literally a conversation. And that's what I love about what we're doing. And I'm just thankful that everybody says yes to whoever I ask to hang out.
I'm trying to think what I can send you.
Oh, stop. I'm so excited.
I can make this
Hey,
work.
Ryan is here. Hi, Ryan.
So how has YouTube been for you? Do you enjoy the process?
Yes. I really like it. I always, obviously, I overthink about like having the best content because I want to grow really fast. But I had a conversation with Paul when we went over to his house to help him move, and it was like really nice to just talk to him. Like it was chewing him and I after like everybody left. and he said that I was growing like good. I wasn't going too fast and I wasn't growing too slow. Like I was doing good, and that made me feel better because I was like, oh man, I was just taking forever to get all these subscribers, and oh man, all these like all these watches and whatever. And after he said that, I just stopped thinking.
How long have you been on YouTube now?
Since November.
And
what
year. Month is this?
We are in July.
This is no, we're not.
I think I've been like slow anyway, but it's fine. After
now, are you monetized already?
No.
I was like,
no, I'm only at 439 subscribers, and right now, according to whatever I find it's like 1,400 or 1,600 watch hours.
Yeah. So for me, it took me 10.5 months to get the 1,000. But honestly, awesome. But it wasn't. I mean, it was awesome, but I only had like 850, and I was in Kat's chat.
Okay.
And she didn't even know who I was, and I guess she pulled up my channel and she goes, "Y'all go get him to 1,000." And like they did. I was like, "What?"
That's
like,
awesome.
I had to make 100 videos, and she just said, "Just go do it."
That's awesome.
And then it took me another couple of months to get the 4,000 hours.
Yeah.
My channel really didn't grow until I quit worrying about it at all. And all I'm focused on is what can I do to help the people that are watching. And that's when it started to grow. But, as far as making money at it, like it still doesn't touch eBay. Like if I want to make money now, like I can go to work on eBay and I can make a lot. If I were to list this stuff that I've got here, all kinds of money. But YouTube is a lot of work, but it gives me a sense of that teaching again.
Yeah.
And I have missed that more than I realized.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out or learn to balance when is the best time to edit videos, when is the best time to take pictures, when is the best time to take care of my daughter, when is the best time to give Chewy my attention, when is the best time to do the chores.
What? What?
It's like, because you know what? Okay, it's funny because I was talking to another mom friend of mine, and she doesn't understand what I do. She just thinks I don't know what you think I do, but we were having a conversation the other day, and I literally explained to her in detail what I do, or all I do, or everything that I do, like what takes into account being a reseller. It's not just buying something and selling it, And after I explained to her, no, I have to go outsourcing. I have to look for the item, make sure it's a good item. When I get home, if I have to clean it, I clean it. Then I have to take pictures. Then I have to inventory. If it's also have to ship it, after I ship it, I have to send it to the post office. When I also do, I also started a YouTube channel. When I go sourcing, I have to record. Yeah. And when I get home, I have to find time to edit. And I'm the only one that's doing it. I have to edit. And that takes me like a long time. And then after that, I have to make sure it's good and this and that and da-da-da-da. And then she's like, holy, what? You do a lot. I'm like, yeah, it's not like I'm just at home with a baby doing like just sitting on the chair, making sure she doesn't die, like,
sure
and after that, it was like and after that, she kind of like, I felt like a little bit more respect, like she had for me because of all the things that I do.
How do you record when you go out? Like if you're going to garage sales, how do you record?
Okay. So I still haven't figured out the GoPro. I just can't. I don't know why we just haven't been able to figure it out. But so what I'm doing is I'm recording with my phone. So when I go out, I just have my phone. I just record like this, like not too obvious, like this.
Yeah.
And
most people don't care. Like,
yeah, and then I lower the brightness as well, just in case of my phone. Yeah, and so I record that way. Yeah, a lot of people don't care, but then some people do care. And so
I was talking to Melody. I think what I'm going to do is one of these times I'm going to, when I go out to a place,
yeah,
I'm going to go my regular speed, and I'm not going to, normally when I post those things, I slow it down to 50% and I have to do a voiceover, and I'm already trying to walk slow, and people are like, man, that's like way too fast.
Yeah,
and,
right?
And oh yeah, have you ever watched Over the Hedge?
Yeah.
Do you know who Hammy is?
Yes.
So like when I go out, like I could do a garage sale in 45 seconds, and I've seen everything. Like, and I'm already back in the car. So I think it might be funny. It won't be useful to anybody, but it might be funny if I just like, okay, we're not going to slow this down, and like
do it once and see what happens. See how people respond to it for sure.
Oh, they'll be sick. Like,
well, I think I'm slow because I'm still learning. Like, I just want to make sure that I'm grabbing the right stuff, So.
No. Like, it's like, Melody and I make a good team because, she acts like when she gets out of the car that she has all day at that one place, and she moves really slow and she looks at things very carefully. And so like, I'm really good at, I can buzz through a place and I don't miss much, but what I do miss, Melody won't, because she's moving so purposefully, and I'm moving more like my ass is on fire.
That's why I like going sourcing with Chewy, because we make a really good team, because what I miss, he catches it, and what he misses, I catch. So that's a good balance. But he can't always go with me sourcing. But now his schedule, changed. So now he's going to be off Saturdays. So after FlipCon, we're going to start sourcing again. And I'm excited to go with him on Saturdays and Sundays. But I'm probably going to be going sourcing Thursdays and Fridays by myself anyway. But it's nice when I go with him, because he always catches what I miss. So it's a nice balance there.
When Melody goes with me, we'll do like 3 garage sales. Yeah. And I when I go by myself, I can like all of Dallas, like every single one of them. Like,
no, I know I'm not that slow. I can do more than 3 in a day when I'm by myself.
Now Melody moves like molasses in January.
Melody, we love you.
She wouldn't deny it. But she would be like, there's just something wrong with you.
Are you gonna go to Cam listing party?
No.
Right. Are you gonna go to FlipCon?
I'm going to FlipCon, and I want to go to more things. It's just
me too.
Like, it's more difficult simply because of, my mom is older and Melody's mom and dad are older, and we have to work out everything we're doing around their appointments and what's going on with them. And
I remember you saying that. Yeah.
So and some of it is like, Melody won't go. Like, she's not going to be at any of those things, like, ever. Like, she doesn't.
Really?
No. Melody doesn't talk to people, like, for real. Like, and that's not being funny. That's like, she's not social.
Yeah.
Like, for real. Like, I mean, not in an ugly way. I mean, if she was social, she probably wouldn't be my girlfriend. She could have done better, but she never got out and talked to anybody. So
Melody. Yeah, I wanted Chewy to go to FlipCon because this is the last year, but I don't think he's gonna be able to go. As of now, he can't go, but he wants to go, but I don't know. I don't think it's gonna happen. But we are planning for next year, since there's not gonna be any FlipCon. I already told him we are gonna go to Vegas. We're gonna go to the Boss Resort Mix. We are gonna go, first of all, because I've never been to Vegas. I want to go.
Have you never been to Vegas?
I've never been, and he hasn't. Right, babe? You've never been to Vegas?
When I was a kid, they say I went, but I don't remember. So
it doesn't count. So he's never been either. So I want to go to Vegas, and
that's where we went on our honeymoon.
Oh, that's awesome.
It was the only place we could afford, and back then, like it was round trip was like $200, including the hotel room.
Wow. So yeah, I already told him we have to start planning because it's gonna be expensive. I was talking to Nicole from I Flip That, and I asked her, so how much money, if you don't mind me saying, did you guys spend or did you guys invested on the trip to Bus Reseller Mix? And she's like, $2,000. I'm like, okay, so
it's just money.
It's just money. I was like, oh my God. So, because we got to take in consideration, we're not going to drive it. That's too far. We're in Florida. So,
yeah, that'd be a long drive.
Yeah, we got to fly. And then we got to, the hotel, food, entertainment, whatever. Woo-wee. But we're going to have fun.
Yeah, I will probably go to the Boss Reseller Remix next year. And if it's Vegas, I might be able to get Melody to go, but she isn't going to go out with anybody.
Yeah.
Like, I can't picture that. Like, maybe like she has talked to Angie, to Angie, but she reads a lot of Angie's stuff. And I've talked to Angie a lot. So I think that if it were, you could trick her into going to something. And if it wasn't too many people, we'd stay married. But if there were too many, and they have to act like they don't know her and won't talk to her, and then it would be better.
Yeah, I can't wait. I hope she does go, and I can meet her. Maybe if it's like in private, like maybe like just be like, hey, Coco, come here, meet Melody, but nobody else knows that she's here.
Yeah, I tell everybody, and I think they think it's a joke, that when I moved to Texas in '84, my best friend moved here with me. And Steve is super pretty. Like all the girls like Steve. And we both worked at the mall, and like all the girls all day long just going down there to just go look at him. And I was like the homely friend that people could talk to. And so Melody asked me out to meet Steve. For real.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So, because she couldn't talk to him, but she was like, I talk to that guy. Like,
Aww.
So I married her. So to her.
You guys are perfect for each other. Yeah. Zeus says, I'm with Melanie. I don't people will. Yeah, not everybody does. And it's okay. That's fine.
And the thing is Melody is super nice. And like when you talk to her, like she will hide a lot of that anxiety. So it doesn't like hit you in the face when you meet her. But it's hard for her because I am social. Like I don't have a problem being in front of a group. I don't have a problem speaking. I don't have a problem meeting people I've never met.
Yeah.
And for her, it's like, she would definitely rather have a root canal.
Yeah, I know. I think I'm a little too much sometimes for people because I'm like really extroverted. I don't know if you've noticed, maybe a little bit. So I don't know. I sometimes I feel bad. I'm like, I apologize. I know I'm a little too much. And they're like, no, I like your energy. I'm like, okay, good. Because I feel bad sometimes. I know I am a lot. I'm Puerto Rican.
Puerto Rican.
I'm loud. I am loud and, como se dice, animated. I'm loud and animated. So it's like a lot. I don't know how Christy puts up with me when we go out.
I had one of my teachers when I was still an elementary principal. I had a teacher who had moved here from Puerto Rico, and he was a different kind of character. I don't think it had anything to do with it being Puerto Rican, because there's no way everybody in Puerto Rico.
No. Trust me. There's a lot of different people in Puerto Rico. Puerto Ricans. Trust me.
He was a character, and I really liked him. We got along really well. We went to Boston. There was some teacher training, and have you been to Boston? The people in Boston weren't very nice. Like,
really?
No. and Pedro was a bit of a player. He was a former professional soccer player. And, but anyway, some girl at this place was nice to me. Like, I mean, she wasn't as nice as the people in Texas, but compared to the people in Boston.
Yeah.
And when we left, Pedro was like, dude, she was really hitting on you. And I was like, what? No, that's never happened to me. So like, I don't know if I would recognize it if it did. And I said, besides, Pedro, it doesn't matter. I said, I'm married. And he was like, what? Not in Boston. I was like, oh, wow. So
yeah.
Not in Boston.
Yeah. Sorry.
That just cracked me up. Oh.
Yeah.
But that's my only personal experience from Puerto Rico. So
yeah, Puerto Ricans are special.
So Chewy, don't let Coco go to Boston by herself. Because evidently you're not married in Boston.
Yeah. I think the furthest I have gone to up north is New York City. I haven't been. Well, we went to Dad and I went to Connecticut, but that didn't really count because we just went to a friend's house. I didn't really explore or anything. So yeah, let's see what Rob says. I went to Walmart today, and for the first time in a while, I got out of there without having to explain myself to a cop. Oh my goodness gracious.
Okay.
I don't do people very well.
If you're having to explain yourself to a cop at Walmart, like you are really coloring outside the lines. Like,
yikes. Chrissy says, I am a lot too. That's why we get along so well.
Chrissy scared me.
Like, really?
Legit. Oh, yeah. So last year.
On FlipCon?
Yeah, FlipCon.
Tell me the story.
Like, she was like, I was at the back of that main room, and here comes this lady charging at me. And she was like, I think she said something like, I want to get a picture with you. And I'm like, because nobody knew me, like, at all. Like, nobody knows me at all. And she was like, no, you. And I was like, I know you're not talking to me. Like, I was like, man.
Oh
I was checking with Rachel. I was like, is she okay? Like, she was like,
okay.
No.
let me ask you right now.
All right.
And this is gonna stay recorded. Are you a hugger or are you okay with hugs?
Me? You know, I don't know because Melody's not like a people person. So like when people...
let's just say, asking for a friend, if somebody named Coco, comes up to you at FlipCon and then she gives you a hug because she's so excited to meet you, would you freak out and get offended or be okay with it?
Yeah. Yeah. I'm not as bad as like Melody. Like she would just, but except here's the difference is I would be like, you are too close. I knew I should have worn my spiked suit. Whereas Melody would act like everything was fine. And then when we get back to the room, she was like, you let those people hug me.
You poor thing. Oh my God. Yeah, no, I'm just joking. I usually I'm pretty I'm usually pretty good at reading people, and as I'm approaching them, I know if it's okay to give them a hug or if it's a handshake or a kiss on the cheek or just a hello, and that's it. So I'm pretty good at reading that.
It doesn't bother me. I would never go hug anybody, but that comes more from because my career was an elementary teacher, and so like if somebody came and hugged you, that's fine. But I didn't go hug people. Yeah. Because I worked with all women and it was little kids and like, and so like you kind of, and then when you're the boss, you can't go around hugging people like so once I was a principal and a superintendent, so it just wasn't something I do, but I'm not like a porcupine. Nobody wants to hug a porcupine, but
just I had to throw that in. Just in case. Because I'll be like so excited to meet you. I'm like, okay, sorry. Hi. I already told Chrissy, oh my God, it's gonna be so hard, like just
to not hug Chrissy.
Cool and collected. All right, let's see. The, I like good people and can handle them. The general public full of brain dead zombies get under my skin. Yep. Mrs. Monkey doesn't normally let me go into Walmart without her. Oh, with her. Everyone knows you. I was the only one brave enough to ask.
FlipCon for me was, if it wasn't for that small group of girls that talked to me, it was like a high school dance all over again. It was like, it's just me there by myself, just watching everybody else have fun.
No, we're going to sit together. Promise.
Actually, at FlipCon, I made, I went and sat with everybody who was sitting by themselves. So
that's
like,
that would be me too. Yes, that's me. I would do the same thing because I can't see. I love people. I mean, even though you want to be alone, hello, how are you? My name is Coco. I'm in your space. Usually they receive it and then they get comfortable after like being like, what the heck is wrong with you? And then if I see that they don't really want to, then I'll respect it and I'll walk away. But usually it's a positive. Like they receive it, I guess. I don't know how to say it. Coco, you have permission to hug me. Yay! Yeah, I will. Christine loves Coco's hugs. Yes, I love her. I love Christine so much. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's why. Yeah. So when I first met Ryan and Christine, I gave them a hug and I didn't even think about it. I was like, I was just so excited to meet them that I just went straight for the hug. And I was so happy that they were okay with it. I was like, okay, good. And you were so sweet. Thank you again for talking to my hubby. Oh, yeah. Chrissy, yeah. Scott, you were talking to Damien.
Yeah, I enjoy people, and I feel like everybody has a story. Like everybody.
Yeah.
And the stories are so varied and so interesting that, you know, when you run into somebody that may seem completely random, but if you knew their story, it's some of them are just, well, all of them are fascinating in their own way. Yes. A lot of people don't think they have a good story, and they do.
Yeah. I love listening everybody's background if they're comfortable talking about it, no matter what it is. I don't judge because seriously, you have no idea how excited I am to go because yes, I'm gonna meet all these people that I know on YouTube, but like the amount of information that I'm going to learn from every single person, famous or not famous, you know, known or not known is what I meant, like YouTuber or not a YouTuber. It's gonna be amazing. I cannot wait to network. I really am excited for that.
Best thing that I got out of that was meeting people. And, you know, it's not about, you know, because I've reached a point in my life that I've decided I'm never learning anything again, but I enjoy meeting people, but I'm not going to learn anything. Like,
you know everything already, Scott. It's okay.
No, I've just turned it off. Like the switch is off. But, you know, you get a chance to, the network is so important because truthfully, reselling can be a lonely job. Yep. You know, because when you go to garage sales or estate sales or the bins, you're working and you need to get in and find the stuff. And then when you get home, you're photographing by yourself or cleaning the stuff up, and then you're listing stuff by yourself, and then you're packing and you're shipping. This can be incredibly lonely.
Yep.
Just
especially
like
for extroverts.
And think about you were talking about explaining to somebody what you do, because the regular world has no idea. Yep. Like they don't get that if I'm going to sell a 1950s dress, how long it's going to take for me to get that processed and listed and stored in inventory. And it's and the general public doesn't have any idea. If you see Chrissy or Rob or maybe Paul, I don't know about Paul, but these people know what we do and they get it. When you see them and you talk about something, they understand that.
Yeah, exactly. It's nice when you are among other resellers because we understand each other. It's awesome. And it's so true because I remember, I don't know if it was in Lunch to Lunch podcast or in one of her lives or in one of her videos. I don't remember. But Kristen, a rural squirrel, she said, you know, like you said, this is a really lonely world. And it's like an introvert world. So being an extroverted in an introverted world, it's like hard. It's challenging. So it's really nice that I'm meeting all these people little by little. It's like making me feel so good. Like Jen just said, this is the best community ever. Like, honestly, I love it.
Yeah. You know, it's the little things that everybody would understand. We sold a jacket a couple of years ago for $2,100. And like 4 days later, like almost right away, 4 days later, I open eBay and I have positive feedback for that jacket.
Yeah.
Everybody who's a reseller knows what that sense of relief is that this massive sale and they're happy. And like there's this, oh my goodness, it's as good as the feeling when it sold.
Yeah.
You know, even when it sold, there's a little bit of anxiety because it was so expensive. But when you got the positive feedback, and outside of the reselling community, they wouldn't have any idea what that feeling is.
Yeah. Like, for example, we just sold some shoes, really fun shoes, very tropical, unique. Very, I was so cute. I would never wear them, but it was just so cute. And I was so glad it sold.
Would Chewy?
Huh?
Would Chewy wear them?
I wouldn't fit them. But when they sold, I was kind of nervous because it had been a while since I got them, and they sold for a good amount of price. And so I sent them out, right? And then I totally forgot about them because I have mom brain. And when I get the notification on Mercari that the item has what does it say? Like when it's ready for you to rate, that means that they're happy with it, and that means that they're not gonna do a return.
Right.
So when I saw that, I had this sense of relief that I was like,
exactly.
We love the shoes. Because I was nervous. I was like, oh my God, I hope they fit them. I hope he doesn't do a return. So
yeah.
So
where do you see yourself in a year?
In a year,
what are your goals? I mean,
okay. My goal in a year, hopefully, is to double what we're making right now monthly. Because right now, monthly, I think we make $1,500, maybe $2,000. Depending on a good month. So I would love to double that or triple that if we can, if I'm able to learn more and work harder. But my goal is to pay off all the debts, all the credit cards. Like we live with my parents right now. My dream and my prayer is that we find somewhere for us to live, and the reselling business can help us with that. And Chewy, because I know Chewy is like, he has the reins right now. He is busting his butt off, like working, and he's the main sole provider for us right now. So I know it would be a stress reliever if the reselling business also helps with the the bills. And
of course, you're right.
So yeah, that's my goal next year. Hopefully double or triple. So I gotta put my pilas on. That's how you say it in Spanish. My batteries on, and get to work. But that's mainly. I just want to keep growing as a reseller. Growing as a reseller, go to more events, network more, meet more people. I would love it if events happen here in Orlando, because a lot of resellers are here in Florida.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for an event to happen here.
There is one though.
No, like an actual event.
Oh, okay.
like the Buzz Reseller Mix or like that. Yeah.
Right.
Like
not
here.
A get together.
Yeah, not a get together, like an actual like a 3-day event. Like I want that.
Yeah.
And that's mainly my goals, to just focus on the business to grow.
Then you can. Like the only thing that can slow you down is just experience. And, I mean, like we really, our goal when I was getting close to retiring, our goal was, we thought we really need to make up the difference between what I was making as a school superintendent and what I would get in retirement.
Yeah.
And we blew right by it. Like, we blew by it. And our pay has gone down considerably since I started YouTube. I make money on YouTube, but not enough to offset what I would make if I were just focused on eBay. But we also, it was not, I didn't have to have the difference. So for us in a year, honestly, I just hope that, whatever's happening with YouTube is that I'm able to make a difference. That there's, I have this picture in my head of somebody out there that really needs to find some place to find some hope that, they're not making it. And, there are people out there that a couple of $100 a month is a difference maker. And
it is.
You can do that on eBay. You can do that if you can operate a smartphone. So my hope is in a year that I feel like I'm making a difference. I think that
I think you already are. I think you already are, but you will be making more of a difference. Yeah, you already are.
I don't know. It's kind of like teaching. You don't really know.
Yeah.
Until, and you may not know. You may never know.
Yeah.
I used to tell, when I would train teachers, I used to tell them that, some kid is going to be talking about you around the supper table 30 years from now. And how that conversation goes is up to you.
Yeah.
And this, I think, will be a lot like that. Is, I hope to make a difference. I may not ever know about it. They might not ever come and tell me, but hopefully I do. If I thought I wasn't going to make a difference, I don't know that I don't know that there would be a number I would make on YouTube that I would keep doing it if it didn't matter.
I love YouTube. Obviously, being monetized would be amazing. Obviously, I would love, I want to earn my subscribers. I want them to subscribe because they like what I'm doing, and I don't want to just subscribe to her just because I know her. I mean, yes, that'd be nice, fine, but I want to earn them.
Yeah.
And so hopefully I grow better as I make better videos. Hopefully I also would like to grow my YouTube channel and get monetized. Obviously that would be amazing and a blessing.
Right. It was super exciting when I got monetized. It really was. And it was, I told somebody the other day, the first 1,000 took me like forever. It was easier to go from 1,000 to 2,000.
Yeah. That's what Ryan said as well.
By a lot. In fact, I would say it was easier to go from 1,000 to 10,000 than it was from 0 to 1,000.
Oh, wow.
And I should hit 30,000, but honestly, I don't know that matters at all. It still comes down to,
it's a nice, not goal, but when you get to that destination, it's a nice, when you get there, it's nice. It's not your goal. It's not like your main thing, but it's just nice because it shows that people like what you're doing. So
it's a symbol of it. I think, a lot of it is like in education, there's, especially if you're moving through administration, and then you get to be the superintendent, and there's a lot of things that go with that. And I was really blessed, really fortunate. I got a lot of accolades. I got a lot of pats on the back for things that other people really were as responsible for earning as anything I did. And ultimately it still comes down to the same thing in education. There's this kid that shows up that needs you. And my hope was always that I would reach the kid that I could reach on the day that I could reach him, and that I didn't miss that opportunity.
Love that.
Way more important than being the boss or any of those other things, the plaques and stuff that you get, is that you hope that you didn't decide to slack off on the day that kid was receptive to what you need. And YouTube for me is the same way. I really just want it to matter. life is short, and I'm like way older than you, but
you are. I'm just kidding.
No, I really am. But it goes quick, and if all I did was make a bunch of money, then I didn't live a very good life.
I agree 100%.
You know.
Yeah.
But I want to make a lot of money. Like, I just want that to be a part of it. But that'll never be my goal.
Not just the bonus. Making that money.
Yeah, because you can make a difference for other people if you make a lot of money.
Yeah, I've been very blessed because ever since I was born, actually before I was born, my parents built their own business. So they've been entrepreneurs since I was born. Like, that's all I've known, right? So as I'm getting older, I wasn't appreciating the amazing life that they gave me, because I traveled so much when I was young because of them. Because they were there full time, mom and dad full time. And when it was my turn to like get a job, I got a regular job. I was just like, this sucks. Working for somebody else sucks. Being told what to do sucks. Like asking permission to do whatever you want to do and not work, that sucks. And but I did it for a while. Like I worked in food and beverage, I worked in retail, I worked in everything, and then I became a CNA, then I became a medical assistant, and then I met Chewy, and then I got pregnant, and then I was just like that was really fast right there. And then I was like, okay, seriously, I'm done working for somebody else. Like I don't I'm either gonna be a stay-at-home mom or work from home. I want to be my own boss. Like, this is ridiculous. I know the life that I can give my daughter and that I can have and Julie can have while having our own business. So we need to figure something out. And then I don't know if it was God or whatever, but Chewy was like, hey babe, look at this. And then he showed me the whole YouTube videos and everything. And this is where we're at. And my mom, like I knew eventually I would either have my own business or take over my parents' business, one or the other. Eventually, something in the future. And then while I'm doing this, my mom is like, "You found your thing, Coco. Like, you're so happy. You are like."
Then you've already won.
I can see that you enjoy what you're doing. You know. So that made me happy.
We traveled a lot as when I was a kid too. But for different reasons.
But so that's what I wanted. My hope and my pray and my wish, whatever you believe in. I do want to grow the business so that I can travel to all these events. I can take I don't have to ask permission if I want to take some time off. I want to travel, if I want to take my daughter, like one of my dreams is to take Noelani to all 50 states before she turns 18. Like, that would be amazing. That would just be like really fun, because my mom's friends, they did that with their sons, and that experience for them was like amazing. They learned so much. They learned more out there than in school, you know?
Mm-hmm. No, I'm
not
agree.
saying that school's bad. School is good, but it's better.
I spent my whole life in school, so you know, for us it was so much different because, you know, I didn't have that kind of childhood, and but that's okay. I mean, it just is what it is. I mean, you know, the goal for me, for my kid, was to have a place where there was stability. You know, I was trying to provide stuff we didn't have, you know, and but one of the things about reselling is the amount of flexibility that you have.
It's amazing.
Is incredible. The flexibility of time. Like today, you said, "Hey, can you be here like tonight?" And I was like, "I can," because I work for myself.
Yeah.
You know, whereas if you work for somebody else, half of that answer isn't up to you. You got to check with whoever it is to see.
Exactly. Oh, let me check if I can get it off in time or whatever.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, so
yeah, you're right.
Plus this, selling online is a great way for you to bridge the gap between where you are and where you want to be. You have these things you're talking about that you want to be able to do, and eBay can provide those. The question is, can you find the stuff? Can you recognize when the stuff is there so that you can pull it? Can you get it listed? Can you get it sold? And the answer to all of those things is yes. Can you do it as fast as you want? I don't know. Exactly. But can you? 100%. I really truly believe that you can make $100,000 a year, and with a reasonable amount of work and lots and lots of learning. Yeah. And once you start trying to push towards 200,000, that gets harder because it's hard to find that quality of items. Yeah. But if you've got processes and things in place, $100,000 is, it's not quite $10,000 a month. And I think that's doable. At least it was for Melody and I. And, even with taking care of parents and stuff. So
yeah, it's just finding that, the good stuff that I'm still learning what to.
But you will though. You and the other thing that'll happen is you'll just get better at even the stuff that you're finding. You'll get better at making money on that stuff. So, yeah. What is your average sale price right now?
Probably 15, 20.
Okay. So that's what instead of focusing on speed, because ours was the same. Ours was around that $12 range. Yeah. And, but with so much back stock, we quit buying that stuff and we started thinking, well, what will bring more money? What will bring more money? I would rather spend my time sourcing and bring home very little, but I bring home stuff that has a higher resale value. So that's today we sold, let's see. I sold the dress. And I sold, I don't even know what I've got to ship out tonight. Let's look and see.
Yes, Jen, I saw that. Sorry.
We sold a computer. I've got to ship that. We sold a harmonica for $30.
Nice.
34. I sold the dress. I sold a Halcyon Days thing for $37.
Nice.
We sold some pencils. Vintage pencils are bank.
Mm-hmm.
Vintage pencils. So we made right at $50 for a set of pencils.
How many pencils?
34 and then 2 packs of 12. The 2 packs of 12 were only worth like $10. The 34 pencils sold for $36 plus shipping.
Yeah.
And then we sold a little wooden doll that for $36. Nice. And the computer was $400 plus 100 shipping.
Amazing.
And it's an old Tandy computer, a Tandy 1000.
Yeah. Yeah, I think once a few of my bills are paid off, maybe I won't be as scared to pay up for stuff, because if I pay up, then maybe I'll get my return of investment more, like higher. That's I know what you're saying, like yes and no. Yeah, I know. It not necessarily happens all the time, but sometimes
I can tell you that like our average purchase price is super low. Like so the goal is to raise your average sale price without raising your investment.
Yeah.
That's what you need to work towards.
Yeah.
You can do this. You can do this. I can do it. And I'm doing it with like clothes. I didn't know anything about clothes.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I have some electronics here, but I hate electronics. I hate them. Like they never work. And there's more scammers in that field. Whereas I'm looking right over here and you can't see it. That storage locker that I had about 200 of just the t-shirts that are from like the 1970s Hanes orange t-shirts, but I'm getting $30 a piece for them.
That's nice.
Like, and I paid like a penny.
Yeah. Oh, that's something else I want to do. I want to do storage units one day. I want to do one and see how it goes. But I want to buy a small one. I want to buy a crazy one.
Yeah.
And then see if I like it. If I like it, then I'll try to do it again and again, because I know sometimes you can score real good without spending a lot of money.
Storage lockers are fun. They are a ton of work, and they don't turn a big profit, but they are a ton of fun.
Yeah.
Like I love them, but I mean, They're a lot of work. They're a lot of work.
That's what I've been told. Yeah. So it's something for the future, not right now.
Yeah, you couldn't, and you need space to do a storage locker.
Yes.
Like you've got to have space to process the stuff that you buy.
Yeah.
And so what we've done is I've got a couple that lives near me, and they have like a booth. I had a booth and I was terrible at it. So what we're going to do is the next storage locker I buy, I'm going to let them have everything except the 4 or 5 things I pull out of it. And then I'll give the rest away.
Okay. So how's that gonna you can do that? You don't have to clean it or anything?
Well, no, I mean they'll go with me. They'll help me clean it up.
Yeah,
no, you got to clean it. If you don't clean that locker out, they won't let you buy anymore.
Yeah.
I've got friends of mine that would take all the stuff because I'm to a point now, if something's not worth $50 or if it's not less like super cool, then I probably wouldn't take it. And so like I would go through it looking for the fun stuff and then they can have all the stuff. Like I'm just
Hi Ryan. Yeah, that's a pretty cool experience for sure. We are trying to get the hours. We need 1K to 3,000. Woo! Yo, you're gonna do that with that game that you guys are doing. Oh my gosh.
The game is super cool.
Oh my god. It's so fun.
Like I've done one live and I was terrible at it. Like I don't know how y'all do it. Like I really don't. On mine, the chat was like 15 to 30 seconds behind me.
Yeah.
So how can you keep up with it like that?
It's challenging. That's why I like having somebody with me talking while the messages like pop up. But yes, when we're by ourselves, we have to like wait for the comments to like, okay, come on, let's talk. So,
but when I see things like
I guess it's fine.
The I'd flip it and the game show format that they're doing, that's super cool.
Oh that is they are so creative. Like it's ridiculous how creative they are. They're so smart. Oh my gosh.
Hey, I will tell, I haven't told anybody this yet. But I did that whole thing where you're going to have channel memberships, and that's not what's cool. What's cool is I've gotten Melody to agree to write her own article once a month that will go in there for the members only.
What?
Yeah. So
that's really cool.
Yeah, because she's got a completely different perspective on all of this. I mean, she's married to Hammy, and the constant whirlwind. But the game show, if I could do that, I might do more lives. And I don't know that I'll ever get Melody in one, but we'll try at some point.
Maybe because, I don't know. But I say maybe because she's not going to be really talking to anybody. Nobody's going to be on her face. She's just going to be next to you sitting and then reading the comments.
Yeah, and she's actually been in some of the videos, which really, truly shocked me that she did any of that. Because
oh my God, the one
that's not her thing.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, I couldn't believe she did it at all. So you never know.
That's my favorite. When you two sang that little thing. Oh my God.
Yeah. Do you know we didn't sing that though, right?
Huh?
You know I didn't sing that.
You didn't?
No.
So who sang that?
Okay, so I had this stupid idea. And so what I did is I wrote the song, and I talked to this guy on Fiverr, and I'm not joking. His voice sounds like mine, except that I can't sing at all. I can't sing at all. Like I can't sing at all. And I told him how to record it. And most of the people on Fiverr were like, no, that sounds stupid. And he was like, oh, that sounds stupid. I'm in. And I was like, that's what I want. Like, I don't want him to think it's smart. I want him to think it's stupid and be in. And the guy was fantastic and super easy to work with. But no, that's not. We're lip singing the whole thing.
Thank God you told me that, because I'd be like, let's do karaoke at FlipCon.
No, I can't sing at all. Like I can't sing at all. Like, but what's funny is this guy's voice was so much like mine.
It's really good.
It makes me think that if I hadn't been scarred as a child, maybe I could sing. Like, you know,
listen, that was really good lip singing. That was really good. Dang, I really thought it was you.
No, I can't sing
like,
at all.
I told you, I was like, babe, these two are talented.
No, like, no, I'm a talented lip singer. And Melody, she was just like, she only did it because I was so excited about it. She was like, okay, and I can't sing at all. And I'm 100 times better than Melody. Like, she can try to like hum a song so that I have no idea what song we're even aiming at. Like,
yeah,
like I'm musically declined and she's not. She can play the piano and the clarinet and these other things, and I got nothing. Like, I got nothing. But she can't sing. Like at a clinical level. Like, there's something wrong. Like, where it just shuts off. And like,
okay, Millie Vanilli.
No, yeah, really.
Oh my God. Well, that burst my bubble right there. But that
was a bubble you created.
I know I did. I totally did. I'll probably go watch it again after this.
Well, you should be able to. I can tell easily that it's not us. And so the guy that did it is a singer. Like, he can actually sing. And I told him what I wanted. And I told him, you know, we were kind of copying that Ryan Reynolds, Will Ferrell thing. And and he was all in. He didn't care if it was stupid. And so.
Oh my God, that's so fun. Yeah. Bye, Jen. Thanks for being here, my friend. Bye, Mama.
The other one that we did that was fun was the where I did like the trailer for the horror movie where an item was missing.
Uh-huh.
And what's funny about that is, like, I'm not an actor, like, at all. But when I first recorded that and then we cut it, Shane and Melody were both like, you have to show bloopers and you have to edit out because people are going to think you're mean. Like they're like, you're kind of scary.
Wow.
And so I did. And when I was watching it, I was like, they're going to hate me. Like, everybody's going to hate me. So I threw the bloopers in so they could see that I was laughing right after the line that was like pretty scary, you know, but
I don't sing, but I do make a joyful noise. Lori, does Kyle sing? Does he sing karaoke? I think he told me he did. I don't remember.
I wish I could sing. I would like to be able to sing or play the piano or do anything like musical, but I don't have it. Like, whatever that is, like clapping with other people, like I can't do that.
Yeah. I used to be in show choir. That was a lot of fun.
Really?
I loved it. But then after that, I just didn't really get into it because it's just it's a rough world, you know, the acting and singing industry. So I didn't really want it to get in there, even though a lot of people.
So now you're on YouTube.
So now I'm on YouTube. Isn't that funny?
my brother can sing. My brother can legit sing.
Really?
Yeah. He can actually sing, and that's probably part of the reason as a kid there was such a vast difference in our talent levels that you know.
Is he a tenor or a bass?
I don't know the difference. I don't know what that means.
Does he sing high or does he sing low?
Like in the middle.
Okay, so he's
he wouldn't be a bass. My brother's a lot bigger than me. He's like 6'2" and 260, 280. Yeah. He's a big guy, but he doesn't have a super deep voice. Okay. You know, his whole deal was acting and singing. He was in, like, they called it the Little Mob, the school that I went to, Central High School in Minnesota. Yeah. And he was in the Little Mob. He was like the select choir, like there's 12 kids out of 1,000 that he was in. And I was more the kid who could do your homework for you.
And you became a teacher.
Jim was not. He was not much of a academic.
Okay, so I'm singing karaoke with Kyle probably. Look.
I will not be doing karaoke. We could shut that place right down.
I remember when I graduated high school. During high school and show choir, we would get invited to sing for the candlelight profession in Epcot for Christmas, and it was so much fun. And so I was excited when I graduated high school that I was going to be able to come back as a alumni for that. Man, I only did it once, and then the year later they canceled it. They weren't letting any alumni join the seniors to sing at Disney. I was like, what the heck?
If we don't cancel this, Coco's coming back. We've got to do something like right now.
Man, I was so bummed because that was so much fun. And when I worked at Disney, I auditioned to sing, but I sucked at it because
what did you do at Disney?
Well, when I was 17, I worked in food and beverage at Magic Kingdom. And then in 2019, I was part of the opening team for Star Wars Land in Hollywood Studios.
Wow.
Yeah.
No, I didn't do anything like that. Like after I got out of high school, because I didn't really get to finish high school with the other kids. We lost our house and ended up in Texas. And
I'm sorry.
They just sent me a diploma. It was different in the 80s. So I thought, well, I'll go to college. And after that, I just went to college and worked. Like I have a pretty boring life.
But now you don't.
It just is what it is.
Now you have a good life.
But I was, college for me though, like college was easy. Like, everybody finds horrible. Oh no, see, like for me, all you had to do in college was know the answers. And like, you remember the show Cheers?
Yeah.
You're too young for that?
I am young, but I know about Cheers.
Okay, so do you remember who Cliff is?
No, I do not know who Cliff
is. He's one of the characters on there, and like he knew every answer. And even when he didn't know the answers, he was convinced he knew the answers. like college was like, I was all about college because like if I didn't know, I was convincing enough that everybody thought I knew. And I loved college.
Yeah, I sucked. I love learning. Don't get me wrong, but I hate testing. I hate tests. I hate exams. Listen, I think that's why I did not do that well in college because I was like, nope, this is too much.
I was made for that.
I can't.
When I was finishing, when I finished my undergraduate, there was they were having these study sessions for to be a teacher in Texas. Like after you finish college, you take a test, and if you don't pass the test, you don't get a teaching certificate.
Yeah.
And so I still remember it was Dr. Bridges was the lady who was organizing these study sessions, and she asked me if I was going to go, and I was like, well, what % of the graduates passed the test?
Yeah.
She said it's like 92%. And I said, then I'm not coming to the study sessions because I'm not in the bottom 8%. Like I'm not. So like,
I wish I was that confident.
I didn't even go study. Like
I wish.
If I could just make a living taking tests, like I would be a rich man.
And I believe you because I can see that. I mean, hello, it shows in your videos. You were born to be an educator.
No, a test taker. I was born to be a test taker. I have to make do being an educator because like testing is different. You don't have to know anything. Good. Like you don't have to know much. Part of testing, especially in college, was knowing what the teacher wanted. And so like I had Dr. Carlisle she taught a psychology class, and she kept talking about this massive test coming up and like how many people fail it and all of this stuff. And somewhere along the line, I had figured out what she was really doing. And the whole thing was like a stress test. And so the day of the big test, and she keeps talking to how many people are going to fail. And so at the beginning of class, she announces that it's going to be an open notes. You can study your notes for like 20 minutes before the test. So I knew what she was going to do. I brought a newspaper with me. It's like, I just pull out the newspaper and she was like, you just, I loved college. Like you don't have to be the smartest person in the room, but you have to be good at test taking and you have to be good at school. No. And it's like, there are so many people that one of my very best friends, name's Mark, and he would tell you that I'm super smart and he would tell you that he's not. But if I'm trying to figure out something mechanically, I call Mark because Mark is way smarter than me. Yeah. You know, because like you can send him a picture or something. I guarantee I could send him a picture of one of these dashes and he was just like, oh, that's a 1929 Rolls Royce, but it was the one with the right-hand drive. And I'd be like, there you go. For a guy who's not smart, you're pretty deadgum smart.
That's awesome. That's awesome. No, I really was not. Listen, in all honesty, hey, Lori, in all honesty, I'm going to tell you something right now. I don't know how I passed my medical assistant test. I don't know how I did that because I am horrible at test taking. I get hot, I get sweaty. I overthink it, and then I passed just enough to pass the class.
When I got the superintendent job in Penelope, we didn't have a bilingual teacher. It's a little bitty community, and I thought, well, I'll just go take the test. Because you have to have somebody certified, but I'm not bilingual like at all. But I thought you don't have to be a bilingual. You got to teach bilingual kids. And I got a 92. I don't have a clue how to do any of it, but I can pass that test. And so
that's pretty impressive.
It doesn't. No, when it comes to testing, I am impressive. Like when it comes to actually being able to do stuff, like I got to surround myself with people smarter than me, But as far as a skill set goes, when it comes to test taking, one of the things that I did, because I really am good at that, and there are strategies you can do to be better at tests. So in Texas, if the STAR test, or before that it was the TOS test, the TAX test, if the kids didn't pass it, they didn't get their high school diploma.
Yeah.
So
here. If you don't pass the FCAT, you don't graduate high school.
So what I did is I started getting a hold of all of the kids before me, and I would tutor them so that they could come back in and get their test, because I can help them pass the test, especially like a writing test or something like that, But
I took that freaking FCAT like twice, and I never passed it by 1 point, and they would not even they wouldn't give me my diploma unless I don't know what I had to do.
And see, the reason I totally, as an educator, the reason I totally disagree with that is because the test was written by and for me. It's written by people just like me. And it's written for people just like me.
Yeah.
And it's not written for Mark, who is incredibly smart, has this bank of information in his genre, in his niche, that rivals anybody I have ever met.
Yeah.
And education has to change. And I've been saying this way before I retired. Right now, I have all the information known to mankind right here in my pocket.
Yeah.
And what we have to teach people is how to recognize good information and bad information. And you need to know enough that you can look things up, and you need to know enough, but we're not teaching people how to tell what's good information. Somebody thinks they know something because they read it on Facebook, and that's not good information. And but anyway, I'm not an educator. So.
I know. I thank you for bringing that up. I love it. Anyway, what's your future? What do you have coming up?
I've got a ton of stuff that I want to give away, and we're going to work on that. I'm still working on YouTube, and I'm still trying to figure out how I can make that something that's genuinely helpful to people.
Yeah.
Financially, like, I mean, like everybody, I want to make a ton of money. But I don't,
nice. Yeah.
I feel like I have a ton. Like, I mean, we don't have extra, but gosh, I'm not homeless. So like that automatically makes me ahead of the game. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, you know, we take care of my in-laws, and we got some other people that we help out. And so like, I want them to be happy and healthy, and I don't know, like, I just want it to matter that I was here. And so like, that's my driving force, like every day. And you still got to do all the stuff that, you know, you still got to list stuff.
Yep. I know.
But hopefully that's something that you do, you know, between 6 a.m. when I get up and 1 or 2 at night when I go to bed, that I did something in that time that was beneficial for someone else.
I love that. It's always important to pay it forward no matter what, because then hopefully that'll teach another person to pay it forward whenever they get a chance. Right. And it doesn't have to be money wise.
No.
A random act of kindness is all it takes.
Have you watched my video about my favorite sales ever?
Not yet.
Okay, you need to watch that one, because my favorite sales ever, almost all of them lost money.
Oh, I have it on my watch list to watch that one. Yeah.
Yeah, like, and that was a hard video for me to do, because you don't want to. I feel like if you do anything publicly that makes you look like a decent person, that makes you not a decent person. But then the flip side of it is so many people have this bad impression of what resellers are, that I feel like they need to know that most of the resellers I know, I bet the people on this list, if I needed something, I could reach out to one of those people and they would do what they could to help me. 100%. And I know that, like, I was so, you know, nervous about YouTube and that group of people, you know, the Let's Do Lunch podcast and Angie and just all of the girls, like, made me feel like I could be successful at it, even when I wasn't any good at it. But resellers as a whole are fantastic people. Yep. Like, they really are. And they do more for their fellow people than most of the world would ever know. So I put out the video because I want people to know that, but still it's hard. It'd be easier for me to do that if it wasn't about the things that I had sold. You know?
Yeah, I know. I get what you're saying. I get it. Let's see what everybody says here. God is good, dude.
See?
I love it. Yes, amen, hallelujah, spot on, Scott. Critical thinking and research skills. I love that, Scott. Blessing others always ends up being more of a blessing to me than it is them.
100%.
Oh yeah. Very, very much. Yeah.
100%.
And my video that didn't do well, but it's okay. I kind of had a feeling because not a lot of people understand that. But I went to an estate sale and I was looking at plush and I found Rabbit from Winnie the Pooh, and I always wanted to find him in the wild because I just think he's so cute. And he only sells for $20, but hey, $20 is $20. And so I had him in my little basket from the estate sale. And so I'm going through the house, and then this cute little like lady, like she was probably like, I don't even know how old she was, but she was so nice. She was like, "Hey, oh my gosh, that's Rabbit. Do you know if they have any more?" I didn't even hesitate, Scott, and I gave it to her. And the face, the reaction, she was like, "No, it's yours. No, are you serious?" Like, her eyes watered.
Yeah, it's worth more than $20.
Yeah, what? So for me, that was, I didn't have to find anything else that day. Like, for me, that was like, I'm done. Yeah, I'm good. Like, that was my.
That's what my whole video is about. There are things that we have found, and a couple of them didn't make the video because I couldn't find a picture of them, you know. Yeah. But we have had so much cool stuff. Melody found this little girl's like a jacket but it was small. You could tell it was adult size, but it would have been like a women's or girls extra small. Some little. But it had the camp on it, but it had the girl's name. Her first name was Prudence. And it was such an unusual name that, and this would have been like 1940s, this jacket. Mm-hmm. And we found her. She was still alive. So like, not Melody, but me, like I find out who she married. They're still married and they live in like upstate New York. So like I call her and I was like, okay, you don't know me, but I have your jacket. And so what had happened is her granddaughter was also tiny, and her granddaughter took the jacket with her to Texas A&M when she went to college, and she lost it. Well, the Goodwills at Texas A&M, their overflow stuff goes to the Waco bins, which is where I found it. And so I sent Prudence her jacket back, and like, you know, make any money on it at all. And I think they had the money to like, they offered to pay. I was like, I didn't reach out to you to try and sell you a jacket.
Oh my God.
So, but is that cool? Love that. Is that cool or what?
I love stories like that.
Yeah.
It's so cool.
That's what the whole video is about. Like the whole video is stuff like that because we are resellers, we get opportunities to occasionally actually make an impact in somebody's life. Yeah. It has nothing to do with money. The one that I can't talk about it now. But there was one of the things I talk about in the video was I picked up some prosthetic breasts, and like that's a big deal that who they went to. It was somebody that really, really mattered. You just have to watch it because I can't talk about it. But, we do things that you couldn't do without doing this job. You get an opportunity that to make a difference in people's lives, and
I agree.
That's a big deal to me. So
I'm so thankful, and I always say it. I don't even know how many times I say it. I'm sure people are tired of hearing me say how incredibly thankful I am for finding this business, for finding this community, for starting YouTube, for having people like having my back, for giving me the support that I didn't know that I needed. And it's just like people like you, like, are you kidding? You have no idea how much this means to me. Just you hanging out with me, you know, and
but I'm getting paid, right?
Yes. You'll get your check.
We can split the money that you make on this.
From this sale that I had earlier. Yeah. So anyway, I just wanted to say thank you.
Well, I appreciate you inviting me.
Yeah, I had a blast. Like literally, this is why I love this, because we just have a conversation and we talk with everybody here in the chat. We talk with each other, just super chill, nothing stressful, just having a blast, laughing, crying, arguing.
Arguing.
We don't argue.
Take that back.
Yeah. But yeah. Thank you everybody for being here. You guys, I don't know. I don't know what to say. Let me see what everybody's saying here. I agree. It's one of the best jobs I have ever had. Yep. Lori says, I found a Bible that has beautiful, well-studied notes in it. Oh, wow. To me, that would be a treasure to have if it were my grandmother's. I researched it and finally found their family and they didn't want it. Oh, wow. Oh, well, then you treasure it.
But then it's where it's supposed to be.
Exactly.
You know, that's not a sad thing. It wound up exactly where it was supposed to be.
Yep.
Yeah.
It made me so sad, so I started using it myself, and her notes are wonderful. See? That's awesome, Lori. It's meant to be for you. Oh, I love this. I love this. I love this so much. All right, Scott, don't leave, but I'm going to say goodbye to everybody. Thank you so much for being here, you guys, for hanging out. Babe, I'm closing up. You want to come say? He is focused on cross-listening. So I'll be saying goodbye and thank you for him. So thank you guys for being here. Bye. We love you so much. And we will see you guys during the week on Instagram, everybody's YouTube channels, everywhere. And then we'll definitely see you next Sunday night at 9 o'clock. Okay? Bye, guys.